Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to explore a very interesting use case of Clay where we are automating customer facing reports, specifically QBRs, using live product usage data. Now, this is specifically relevant for customer success teams, RevOps teams, and product teams who spend hours every quarter pulling data, making those slides, and writing summaries for customers. So, if you have ever built QBRs manually, that is the quarterly business review reports manually, then this one's for you. Now, when we first talk about the problem, we all have our data stored in data warehouses like Snowflake or MongoDB or any other database. And when the time comes to, say, analyze that data or draw reports or for the customer success teams to make certain decisions, it becomes very complicated. Wherein, say, they have to extract all of that data from those data sources, put it in Excel or in a sheet like this. So, today, what we're going to do is we're going to see how can we automate this entire process of fetching the data to getting insights or creating certain metrics to having action items created using Clay. So say for example, we have this particular data set over here. Now I have this customer data set, a sample customer data set of 50 customers, wherein I have the company name, the industry, the current plan that they are on, how many seats have they purchased, and other details as well that are related to say the active users, logins, the feature utilization, the API calls, how much has the quarter to quarter usage change happened, what is the health score, when is the next renewal month for them. So this is say a data set that I have. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to import that into Clay and the data set looks like this on Clay. Now comes the most important part. Wherein as a customer success team or as a product team, I would want to create certain metrics using this data. So what I've done is I've used Clay's formula generator to have my data points or my metrics defined. First, I wanted to check the seat utilization. Now, ideally, if you want to do this, you can either have the direct input of say active users by the seats purchased in terms of a percentage to give you that output. Now, if you're someone who is not very much into the tech, or if you're facing difficulties in terms of defining complicated formulas, then you can use the formula generator, wherein all you have to do is just simply write in a prompt. So I'll show you an example wherein we can just generate a particular formula by going to the formula generator. And all we have to do is say, for example, I want to create a formula for seat utilization. So I can say seat utilization to be calculated using, and I'll put in the column. So the column that I want to take, it's seat purchased and the active users in the last 30 days, because these are the two data points that I have. And then when I click on generate formula, what the formula generator does is based on the simple text, it gives that to me and I have my output right here. So I don't have to manually create those formulas. I can directly put in a prompt and I get my formula created. And then I can check if the output is correct or not and save it. So this is exactly what I've done for multiple such data points, wherein I have the seat utilization percentage, I have the engagement intensity percentage. Now this is based on the number of logins that were done in the past 30 days versus the active users of the last 30 days to give me that output. So the reasons for defining these data points is for me to get insight as to if I have a customer on board, how well are they using my platform? Is their team comfortable to use it or not? So for that, we define the feature depth score. The feature depth score tells me that if a particular team is utilizing all features of my platform or not. In case if I have any automation features, then I can even mention over there that what is the adoption rate for automations in my platform. So many times you might have seen that a lot of CRMs these days are giving workflow automations, but how many of us are actually using it? That's a question that a lot of product teams need to answer. And based on that, we have even classified it as high, medium, low. Further, one more data point that we have taken into consideration over here is API dependency level. So are the people using the platform integrated through an API or are they directly using the platform? That's a quick question you can ask or you can scope on to understand basically the usage patterns of your customers. Once we have these metrics defined, what we have done is we have created a signal metric, wherein if we want to identify, say, the churn risk, or we want to get early warnings on whether the account might go or might be a stable account, and also to understand whether they are ready for an expansion or not. So in terms of the churn risk, what we have done is we have taken the inputs as the health score that we got from our product usage data. We saw the change in usage on a quarterly basis. We saw how many seats were utilized from the seats that were purchased to finally give us the risk, whether it's a low risk, medium risk, or a high risk. Now, you might consider this as one interesting data point wherein for those who are at a medium or high risk, you can activate your customer success teams to help them in supporting to better utilize the platform. We, even on that basis, created the early warning signal, which gives us an idea whether an account is stable or whether there is a high chances of that particular account getting churned. And finally, we even have an upside metric wherein we are seeing that if the accounts are or if the customers are using the platform really well, then we have an idea of whether to help them in terms of expanding to or upgrading to a new plan. So this is completely for an upselling opportunity. So if they are a stable account, we would want to continuously monitor and watch them before telling them that, yeah, you are now ready to expand. If there is a risk, then we ensure that, okay, we don't push them to expand to a new plan, rather make them ready to utilize the current plan that they are in. And if they are expansion ready, as in wherein we see that they have 100% seat utilization or might also be looking for more features or are utilizing automation more than 50% or so, and then we would want to expand or we would want to upsell them to a upgraded plan, be it an enterprise plan or a growth plan. Finally, we have even created two more metrics that identifies which accounts are champion accounts or potential champion accounts. Now, the definition of a champion account are primarily good accounts. So for any company that has built a SaaS product or a fintech product, for them to understand who are the customers who are going to give them recurring revenue is very much important. And the champion status or the champion signal exactly identifies that. Wherein what we have done is we have taken certain inputs and we have asked the formula to score based on the engagement intensity score and the adoption level. So if they are using the automation features and the future utilization and the health score are high, then we can consider them as a strong champion, wherein they are completely utilizing the entire platform. But if they are not, then we'll consider them as not a champion. And then we can use that particular champion status to reference whether we would want to have them as a reference account or whether we can take referrals from them. So this was in terms of, say, getting the metrics and the data points ready. And as you can see, it is just a one-time activity wherein when next time I want to conduct this entire reporting or generate these metrics, all I need to do is import my file over here and add it over here and just click on these particular columns to generate the formulas. So that is how I get all of my metrics in place. Now coming to one of the most interesting part, wherein we are using Clay's AI to help us in terms of creating an executive summary. So what I've done over here is I have generated a particular prompt. I've asked Clay's AI to help me write a 3 to 4 line executive summary wherein it highlights the overall account health, the usage trend, what is one key win for that account, and what is one risk. Now, these are pointers that can be helpful for creating the QBRs. The most important aspect over here is not to limit with just these. These are just for an example that I'm showing that we can cover these 4 topics in the QBR, but there can be more that you can cover to make the reporting more robust. So this, when I actually ran this to generate a complete prompt, so this is how it looked, wherein it gave a context to become an AI writing assistant. It gave instructions to input all of those columns, interpret them, and determine what are the usage levels and other things. Finally, as you can see over here, I have my outputs. So the 4 data points that I wanted in terms of, say, what I can paste onto a direct QBR slide is one overall account health. So it has given that the account health for this particular company is reflected high as per the health score and the engagement matrix. Then it has shown the usage increase in, say, on quarterly basis. It has given me a key win that the seat utilization is high, which shows that the users or the company's employees are using the product well. It has even highlighted risk. So in case if there are no risks, then no major risk. In case if there is a risk, then what is that risk and what needs to be done is also mentioned. So this is how I'm utilizing AI to get these insights at scale. Ideally, what happens is a lot of CS teams and product teams do this manually by analyzing every single account. But when you do it at scale, your job becomes more towards reviewing the output that AI is given rather than creating everything from scratch. And this also saves time for you so that you as a customer success manager can manage more accounts as well. Finally, one of the most interesting things that we have done over here is created a recommended customer success action. So while we are getting the highlight and we are getting all the data points over here, one can just see and understand that, okay, if a particular account is at stake or is about to churn, then I can schedule a meeting, provide more support, provide certain discounts or plans. That is what I can do. But how do I exactly define those action items? So for that, we have used one more AI column over here, wherein we have asked it to generate a particular action item for the customer success manager based on the churn, expansion, and champion signals that we have. And when I expand on this, see, it has given 3 action items, wherein what all it's covering, it is covering one, the action item, as in over here, it's mentioning to schedule an expansion discovery call. It has even given me timing as to when can I have it done. So now this is based on when the renewal is coming. So if I am seeing that the renewal over here is coming at a particular month, so say March is my renewal month. So it has asked me to connect with them or schedule that call 2 weeks within this particular quarter. It has given me the objective also for that expansion call. And at the same time, it has told me the reason as to why this needs to be done. It has given me further action items also. So this is how detailed it has made the particular reporting or given me the action items. So if you found this helpful, if this is something that can help in terms of streamlining your current QBR workflows, then please do like and subscribe to our channel. And thank you so much for watching this one.